Okay, so the next section that I'm going to do is graph in vertex form. And graph in vertex form, the first thing we're going to do is identify the vertex. And remember how we identified the vertex in standard form? It's always your H and K. And you're just going to basically change the sign. It's always the opposite of what H is. So if it's negative, it's going to be positive. And K is going to be whatever it is. So vertex is 1, 2. So we're going to actually come here and graph 1, 2. And so 1, 2 tells me to go right, because we always go left or right first. So this is plus over here, minus. And this is my X value. And then this is my Y, positive. And this is my Y, negative. So remember, when we have a parentheses, X always comes first. It's ABC order, just like H comes before K. So I gotta go right 1. So I start at 0, 0, go right 1, go up 2, 1, 2. So that's my vertex. Now, my axis of symmetry goes through the vertex, and it's your X. So X equals 1. And that's just that dotted line. I don't know if y'all remember when we did that, it's just that dotted line that goes through the vertex. And I'm going to make my vertex bigger. So my vertex was here. And that's my axis of symmetry. Okay, so right now, if we look at it, it says graphing quadratics. Quadratics is another way of saying parabola. They're going to look like the U. Either it's going to be opening up or it's going to be opening down. And so remember, our A tells us if it's going to open up or down. So you see our A is here. Our A is 1. So it's positive. So our graph should open up like that when we graph it. So we're not quite finished because we don't have a parabola yet. We just have a straight line. So the next thing we want to do is we want to take our equation, x minus 1 squared, and we're going to plug in 0 for our x. And then that's going to get us a point on our graph. So we're going to plug this into our calculator. Let me get my calculator pulled up. So we basically have parentheses 0 minus 1 squared plus 2. And we get 3. So basically it's telling me that y is 3, because basically this says y equals 3. So all we have to do now is we're going to plot our y-intercept. So our y-intercept, we know y is 3, but what did we plug in for x? Well, we plugged in 0. 0, 3 is our point we must plot. It's our y-intercept. So 0, we go left to right, none. We just go up 3. 1, 2, 3. That's my y-intercept. Now, all I got to do is mirror this point. Remember, when you look in the mirror, it's a reflection. So it just reflects over the line. So we count how many spaces we are from this line. And we're 1 block, and we go 1 block over here. And that's basically all I need to make my parabola. Now I have my parabola, because I need at least 3 points for vertex form. And there we go. Okay? So let me try this one. So I'm going to label my A, my H, and my K. So I know my graph is going to be opening up because A is positive. Okay? So my vertex, remember, we got to change our H. It becomes positive 2, and my K is 5. So I'm going to graph my vertex of 2, 5. So that means we're going to go right 2, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my vertex. And remember, my axis of symmetry is basically my x of my vertex. So x equals 2. And then I'm going to put my, I think I may do it this time just to do it, my dotted line. Oh, that's awful. So that will be my axis of symmetry. The last step is that I need to find 2 more points. So what I'm going to do is take my equation. Sorry. I need my pen. Take my equation, 2 parentheses, x minus 2 squared plus 5. And I'm going to plug in 0 for x so I can get my y. So 2 parentheses, 0 minus 2 squared plus 5. And let's see what we get. Let me pull up my calculator. So we put 2 parentheses 0 minus 2 squared plus 5. And we get 13. So my y-intercept is going to be 0, 13. So this is going to go off of the page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going to say 13 is up here. And let me do my dotted line up here some more. So all we got to do now is count how many spaces away this dot is from this line. So it's 1 block, 2 block. So we got to mirror it, 1, 2, and we're going to go back up to where it was. And those are my 3 points here. Okay? And so also it has a question out here, and I forgot to mention in the first one. It says, is the vertex a max or a min? Well, a max looks like a mountain. And then the min looks like just a regular U. So this would be a min. Means we have the minimal value, which is our vertex. This one is also a min because we have a low point. A max, we have the highest point. Okay? So I think I'm going to try one more. I'm going to try this one. So first of all, we want to find our vertex. So let's label our A, our H, and our K. And we see something interesting with our A. It's a negative. So we should know it's going to open down. Okay? That's the way it's going to look. So we should automatically know we're going to have a max, but I'm going to wait. So let's find our vertex, H and K. Change your H. It was a positive 7. It becomes negative 7. And our K is negative 8. So that means we're going to go left 7. We're going left 7. And we're going to go down 8. Okay? That's my vertex. I know my axis is my x of my vertex. So x is negative 7. And so I'm just going to draw that dotted line. So that's that. And now I need to figure out 2 more points. So I'm just going to plug in 0 for x. So I'm going to write it. Write my original. And I'm going to write it showing you how I plug in 0. So it'll be negative 3, parentheses 0 plus 7, squared minus 8. And so I'm going to use my calculator. And I'm going to have negative 3, parentheses 0 plus 7 squared minus 8. And we get negative 155, which we're not going to be able to graph that. But, so that would be 0, negative 155. So just say this is negative 155. We're going to use that. And then we would just count how far away it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going 7 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I know this is probably not 7, but it's close enough. So our graph, if you look, it opens up like a mountain. I mean, it opens down, and it's going to be a max. So basically, that's how you would do that. Okay, so stop this video and try the rest of the problem.